Welcome to Let the People Know. Tonight we are in the Pines Eatery and Spirits in downtown Hazleton. And every time you walk in here, you see these beautiful reflections of days gone by, the old company store, all memorabilia from the days of Hazleton gone by. Well, tonight we are here to talk about the future of Hazleton, the safety of Hazleton, the future of the police department. Tonight we are here for We Are Hazleton, supporting the Hazleton Police Department, a fundraiser being held here, and tonight all of Hazleton and beyond came out. The event was the brainchild of Lori Angelo O'Gurkis, a Hazleton native who now lives in the Valley. After attending a recent Hazleton City Council meeting, she launched this initiative. The event was a kickoff for a 501c3 foundation recently created to support the Hazleton Police Department. In an event posted on Facebook inviting everyone, Lori O'Gurkis said, quote, "If you are from Hazleton, live in Hazleton, love someone from Hazleton, then this event is for you." This is a first-of-its-kind event to benefit the Hazleton Police Department. We Are Hazleton, supporting the Hazleton Police Department. The originator of this concept, Lori O'Gurkis, our good friend, she's joining me along with Mayor Jeff Cassatt and Hazleton Police Chief Jerry Spezial. Lori, I'm going to start with you first of all. This is fabulous that this has become such a great, successful event tonight. So many people coming out here showing support for our police.
We are so excited and thrilled. The fact that people love Hazleton. I've grown up here my whole life. I know the love that people have for their town. And it goes and ripples through Cunningham, Sugarloaf, all these other vicinities. And I said, even if you're in New Jersey and you've moved, even if you're in Florida, people bleed for Hazleton. They love their town. So come back. Remember, we're here. The people who are still here are looking for you to continue to support the local police.
And when you put this cry out saying that you wanted help to do this, did you ever anticipate the support that you got here tonight?
I am a big dreamer. So anybody who knows me knows that I go big or I go home. So in my eyes, I always go as big as I possibly can. I push hard because I know people will give. And so I'm not at all underestimating the fact that the people of Hazleton came out. I know people from Hazleton are good people. They're going to support us, and they will always come out to help any cause, especially the police department.
Mayor Cassatt, you have, with Cassatt's Restaurant in past years before you were mayor, you held benefits like this for so many people. What's it like now to be on the receiving end that your police department is going to benefit?
It's just like I always said, that Hazleton has a great sense of community, and when we believe in something, they stand behind you. And that's what I always preach, that friends and family and neighbors, and it shows tonight.
It absolutely does. And your police chief here, Jerry Spezial. Chief, can you believe your eyes? All these people filtering in, people who want to meet you, who want to know who Jerry Spezial is. What's your reaction to all of this?
You know, I'm truly humbled and I'm honored. You know, I have worked in many places and in many capacities throughout my 35 years in law enforcement. I have never witnessed something like this here tonight. You know, having the community over the last month, just watching people connect on social media, connect in the street, connect by phone. It's just amazing how the people of Hazleton have pulled together as one group, as one community, to do what they want in making a safer Hazleton. That's what this is really all about. I am so amazed, I am humbled, and I am truly honored by the generosity and the support shown here tonight by everyone that's been involved in this.
Very well said, and congratulations. Nice to see this really great show of support. So many people coming here into the Pines to show their support for the police department. And if you missed the event tonight, you're still going to have opportunities to give. We're going to have more details on that. You can still go and give and donate and help them realize their dream of making purchases for equipment possible for the Hazleton Police Department, but they can't do it without you. Welcome back to Let the People Know. One of the more poignant moments at this evening at the Pines, benefiting the Hazleton Police Department, was when a video was shown. A video done by Allison Leonard, the wife of a now former Hazleton police officer. Here now is that video.
State Police Hazleton, Cecilia.
It's around Hazleton City.
Yeah.
I have shots fired at officers on Cedar Street near Harmon Guy Stadium. We have an officer down.
My name is Allison Leonard, and yes, what you just heard is every police family's nightmare. It happened right here in our city. I have been blessed to be part of the police community for nearly 20 years. It has taught me things I never knew existed, some heartbreaking, some inspiring. However, the biggest thing it taught me is to be thankful for every day, and that you can never understand what our officers see unless you live it. My dear friend, who is a fellow police wife, shared this letter with me. 12 years ago, when my husband was hired as a police officer, our families and I were so proud. He was following in the footsteps of his father as an HPD officer, and in the words of his father, it was one of the best jobs in our area to have. Times were different then. Police had to cruise Broad Street and make sure no one was drinking alcohol underage or breaking curfew. Today, officers run from call to call, never having time to proactively police or make any contact in the community. They have their guns drawn daily and respond to violent crimes during every shift. As an officer's wife, our lives are now spent looking at everything in a different way. We do not go anywhere, not church, not the grocery store, not anywhere, without wearing a gun. He is always on the lookout. There have been countless times while walking through the mall that my husband just disappears, or stops to talk to someone whom he refuses to introduce me to, or include me in the conversation. He says there are people whom he does not want to know who his family is. I have spent nights glued to the scanner, messaging friends and other wives on Facebook at 2 a.m. I read the news, but avoid the commentary and editorials so as not to get upset or angry. Dealing with the inconsistencies of changing shifts and trying to remain healthy and get enough sleep in a 24-hour period. Our young children, who are 3 and 7, always ask when and if Daddy is coming home, and completely understand the words, Daddy was mandated to work a double shift today. Thinking it is normal to spend Christmas with Daddy in uniform, opening presents during a quick break between calls. Being a family member of an officer is not an easy job. Not only are you a wife, and possibly a mother, but you need to be a counselor when he has had a bad day. The listening ear when he vents about someone he arrested who fought with him or called him an effing pig. To be a shoulder to cry on when he has seen children who are abused and neglected by selfish and often drug-addicted parents. His anger, frustration, exhaustion, hurt, and pain are my anger, frustration, exhaustion, hurt, and pain. Today it is the thankless job, a job that could take their lives at any time. Being a police officer has always been a dangerous one, but today it is a war zone. I have dealt with the worst, receiving the call that your husband was shot and injured in the line of duty. Words cannot express all that crossed through my mind that day, but I am a lucky one. He survived, and he has been able to continue his work in helping to keep this community, the one our family lives in, safe. He is a true hero in my eyes. How can someone turn their back on that? From an open letter to America written by an unnamed police officer's wife, entering the field of law enforcement is a choice. No one is forced into being a cop. They do it because they want to make a difference, to help people, to make their communities better places. It's a lifetime commitment, one that they choose to return to day after day, enduring the criticism and insults, the scorn and thanklessness, the threats and danger. I didn't choose to be part of the thin blue line, but they are my family now, and I stand with them. While he is proud and does not ask for much, I want him to be safe. I want him to have all means available to combat crime and protect his life should God forbid such a situation arise again. I want him to have a cavalry of backup officers ready and able to help. I wish that this was not something that I would have to beg for. Economic times are hard for everyone, but the lives of the people in our community, and most especially the ones on the front lines protecting them, demand such safeguards. Let's show our husbands, fathers, brothers and sisters, friends and neighbors how much we appreciate them and care about what they sacrifice for us every day. Signed, a police officer's wife. Please, please don't ever let us hear these words again, for they mean there is no backup available.
10-4, be advised, no one is coming down from station.
pleased to be joined now by Allison Leonard. Allison, I think everybody stopped and looked and listened when that video played. You really put your heart and soul into that.
Yes, I did. You're absolutely right. And being married to a police officer and being part of the police community, that thin blue line community, is one that you often can't put into words. You can't explain to someone what it's like to see your husband come home beaten and battered and taking off a wristband from the ER because he was once again in the emergency room for having been involved in a scuffle with someone when he was trying to arrest them, and they've spit on him, or they've bit him, or they've torn his ACL. They've done terrible things, and to try to bring him back into the world that we live in, and that there's goodness and kindness and good people in this world, when oftentimes they're dealing with the underbelly of society. I wanted to take a moment tonight to try to show the general public that these are the things that our men and women in our police department are faced with each and every day.
Not everybody was physically able to be here. I'm sure that the entire community is here in spirit with everybody, and I know the community is behind the police department 100%. What message would you want to give to those that maybe weren't here, or maybe those that are considering, donating to this wonderful cause, so that they will provide the support that you are involved in helping to provide for the police?
Well, we have a great opportunity. Checks can be mailed. We did form a 501c3 under the name of We Are Hazleton. We do have a PayPal account. That is www.wearehazleton@yahoo.com. And if you go there, then you can use that address to PayPal money. We do have a pledge system as well. If someone would like to possibly donate, if they say, well, I can't afford a lot, but I can do this. I can do $5 a month, or I can do $10 a month. We can set up a payment plan. We can take their information and have it be a reoccurring payment if they would so choose to do that, to give to our men and women. And one of the things that I think our group is trying to get across is not everyone has, deep pockets that they're able to say, yes, I can give a $3,000 donation or a $5,000 donation. But it is the $5 donations and the $10 donations that really add up and mean so much, because we know those people who are giving those things are truly, parting with very hard-earned money, and we so appreciate any amount that anyone is able to contribute. Every penny helps.
Absolutely true. And she is the wife of a former Hazleton police officer. So you could have sat back and said, thank God my husband, I no longer have to worry about that end of it anymore. But you didn't. You didn't sit back because you knew, and you're still worried about the men and women serving still.
Absolutely. And, creating this video and watching this video here tonight brought me to tears, because it brings me right back to that moment. The moment when I'm having my loved one call me, and he was just involved in a fatal shooting, and he's saying to me, I'm okay. And knowing that the other officers, while they were both injured, by the grace of God, they were both okay and were able to return to duty. And those moments will never leave us. They are seared on our hearts and our souls, and we, as that thin blue line family, feel that pain every single time, whether it's in our community or in Allentown or in Texas or Florida. When we hear about a police officer being shot and horribly being killed, all of us feel that pain. We mourn for each and every police officer. We pray for each and every police officer. It truly is a war zone that they're working in, and we need to give them every piece of equipment that is going to make them safer and make their jobs easier.
Thank you so much for what you did for this cause. We hope that everyone does stay safe. And if you want to know, again, we're going to put that information up right now on your screen, so that if you weren't able to donate yet, or maybe you can in the future, please do so, because we're all in this together. Welcome back to Let the People Know. We are talking about the We Are Hazleton event to benefit the Hazleton Police Department. I'm joined now by John Leonard, who is a retired Hazleton police officer. I'm going to talk with you, John, in just a moment, but first we want to hear what some of the people in attendance at this event had to say about why it was important to be here to support the police. Jerry, as a retired Hazleton police officer, what is your reaction when you come to an event like this?
This is great. It's overwhelming, and I can't wait to see if they can do this every year. This would be great.
How important is it that the community get behind the police? You know firsthand, you walk the streets, you saw what's going on.
It was always great to hear someone say you're doing a good job. We like what you're doing. Keep up the good work. That meant everything. It really did.
And in these days of tight economic purse strings, where's the money going to come from if it doesn't come from the community, right?
Well, that's where everybody's got to get together. Official people, lay people, retired people, and work together and make the city better.
We're talking with Lauren Vito Sacco, owner of Frankie's and one of the organizers of this event. Lauren, what is going through your mind when you see all the support pouring through the doors here at the Pines?
What's going through my mind? That's a good question, because sometimes I get frustrated thinking if anybody pays attention to what we do. But obviously tonight, with the turnout and the things that have been going on, people are excited, people are ready for change, and we have the change and the momentum needed to move things forward.
Now, you yourself, your dad works for the city and you have business in the city and everything, your family. How important is it to have more police officers and more equipment for the city?
It's very important. I mean, we're born here, we're raised here, we're hometown proud. Regardless of what becomes or doesn't become of the situation, we're here to stay. All of the advancements that are being made with the police force, with Mayor Jeff Cassat, and all the adventures that the city is starting to take are important for small and large businesses alike. If you want the community to grow, you get out of it what you put into it. People think the grass is always greener on the other side, and sometimes they laugh at me when I say, I think the grass is greener where you water it. And we're giving 110%. I'm in from New Jersey, so if I can make a 3-hour trip in for this and be hometown proud, anybody local within 10 minutes of here should be here tonight.
Carmine, why was it important for you to be here tonight to support the police?
Well, I grew up in Hazleton. This is my home. I love Hazleton. I want to see it move forward, and we can't unless we have the support and the help from our police to make the city safer. So when I heard about this, I dove right in. I really want to see the police grow, and I want to see our city safer, and I'm very happy to be here and get involved in any way I can.
Lieutenant Zapovsky, you see the turnout here this evening. What's going through your mind that the community has come to the aid of the Hazleton Police Department?
Well, the first thing that sticks out of my mind is that our community is not like others. You know, we are in a turbulent time regarding law enforcement, public opinion, but you see the exact opposite here. Instead of people rallying for the negative, we're rallying for the positive. We're doing the efforts that we can as a group to bring this town back and do positive things to make this community safer. And it's a wonderful experience, and I mean, it's very, at least we get a loss for words seeing what we're seeing here. You know, you have people that are volunteering their own time, donating, doing things to try to make things right here, to give us the tools that we need to do our job effectively.
And what does that mean for doing your job effectively? Does that give you a boost of inspiration, knowing the community is behind you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, right now with our current situation, things are kind of grim. But the fact that we're going to be able to maybe purchase some computers for inside the car, that puts an officer on the street. Instead of having to come back to the station and do that report, that car is going to be in the street. That officer is going to observe other violations. That police car with the marked unit there is going to make those efforts to prevent crime, because they're going to see that officer out there and go, oh, I can't do that because I'm going to get caught. Right now, the chances, they think they're going to take their chance and see what they get. So, you know, the communities, I have to give them a lot of credit for coming here to do this, because they're helping us help them.
And finally, I would like to talk with John Leonard, retired Hazleton police officer. We saw the video that your wife did, first of all. You were in a tough position, were shot in the line of duty. What does it mean when you are here and you see the community here to support your fellow police officers?
Honestly, Lisa, it's amazing that the community came out so strong. As Jerry Spezial said, you know, you usually see this when it's a funeral or something horrible happens. And we're lucky to have a community like this. But unfortunately, you know, what we need is for people to step up and help out. The department needs help. It needs money. you only get so much from taxes. You only get so much from, other fees. When I worked there, we struggled. We honestly did. And guys would go out there doing their best to keep this community safe. But we need a commitment from the community if we want to save it.
What's the message you have for our viewers tonight? Tell them what they need to do to help make it a safer place, not only for them, but for the officers as well.
Yeah, honestly, first off, it comes to reporting crime. You need to be the eyes and ears for the police department. Next, if you have the means of any sort to contribute to the funds that are available for the Hazleton City Police Department, it'll go a long way for protecting the city. I don't care, if it's a penny, $1, $50, it's going to go a long way. We need to take back our community. I'm a city resident, and I've contributed.
Well, that's what we need to do for everyone. As Lori O'Gurka said, whether you live here, you love someone here, you work here, you come to Hazleton, we all are part of this community. We are all part of the solution. Again, we put the information up on your screen for how you can donate to this very worthwhile cause. We want Hazleton to be safe. We want our police to be safe, but we can't do it without you. Thank you so much for joining us on Let the People Know.